This is Josh, and I'm Phoebe. This is our baby bearded dragon, Sonia, and we're all living, loving, and learning to sail on our Adams 35 Innerbloom. We didn't have any experience with sailing or boating before we started this adventure, but what we lack is made up for with our enthusiasm, passion, and deep admiration for the Big Blue. We're in our first season of sailing up the east coast of Queensland, learning everything as we do it and sharing the best and worst of it with you every week on the tube. Because watching other people have fun while making mistakes can be really entertaining. So subscribe if you're new here and feel free to roam the ocean with us.
Listen to the winds, hold me in your arms. Listen to your heart, nothing we can do. Hold me like my fire. Hold me, make it dry.
This week we've sailed to Magnetic Island. It's 5 miles from Townsville and boasts mesmerising landscapes of ocean, bush, and a lot of boulders. It's the only island with its own postcode and is home to 22 species of plants and animals that are endangered or rare. The island holds a deep history, hosting connections with its traditional custodians, the Wulgarukaba people, to the European settlers in the 1800s, all the way to 1942 when it was used for control, shipping and defence during World War II. It's also well known for its hikes, and it's not hard to see why from satellite imagery. So we're trying to hitch a ride up to the hill to explore the renowned Fort Swoop and hopefully see some koalas. Do that.
I was talking to a local fella here and he said, I asked whether they had any problems with chlamydia in the koala population, and he said no, they don't, which is great because you'd think because they're such a small group, or considerably small, that they would, because I thought the chlamydia was from interbreeding, but regardless, chlamydia-free koalas are good koalas.
Don't know about chlamydia-free backpackers though. We're not going to find out.
First stop is the women's latrine and ablution block. From 1941, single women aged 18 to 45 were encouraged to join the Australian Women's Army Service to release men, maybe even their loved ones, for the distant front line. The work included storekeeping, driving, searchlight spotting and signalling. At this block, women would take the opportunity to wash off the dust and dirt, clean up their uniforms and refresh themselves. Even in times of war, basic hygiene is a human right, and the women relished in this private space away from the camp to care for themselves. Meanwhile, at the men's block, ablution hardships took its toll, with running water not available for 2 years since its establishment. But with the immense responsibilities and the fact that they were out in the bush, washing probably wasn't much of a priority anyway. Unless, of course, it was the day of the men and women's socials, where hopefully the dancing was much better than this. Fraternising was of course permitted and frankly unavoidable with the duties of the forts, although we're sure that the tawny frogmouth owls that chaperoned discreetly within hollow trunks kept a close eye on everybody. We certainly felt judged, but perhaps that had more to do with our dancing than our fraternising.
Do you reckon there's koalas up there?
I reckon there's a good chance.
You may remember the devastation Australia experienced in 2019 and 2020 when fires ravished and consumed 243,000 square kilometres of bushland. Lives were lost, entire towns destroyed, and although hardship can often bring a community together, the wildlife will never recover. 3 billion animals were killed, and Australia still mourns the lives of all that were lost, both human and wildlife alike. I haven't seen a koala in the wild since the fires, until Magnetic Island. It's hard to tell you what it felt like in this moment to see these creatures so safe and alive in their homes among the eucalypt. Walking along this track and quietly observing these marsupials, it was a humble reminder for us to cherish every moment we spend in the natural world. We don't know what tomorrow brings, so today it's time to slow down and look up. walking back to Horseshoe Bay now. That was such a glorious walk, and we really got lucky on the way back because there was no one else there. And when I did this walk last, this exact one, the sun was right above me. It was in the middle of the day and I was struggling, walking a lot slower. The heat was like bouncing off the ground, didn't have any water with me either. So this is extremely lovely. And when it's in the middle of the day, when it's in the middle of the day, it kind of floods. There's so much light that it almost neutralizes all of the colors. So to have this gorgeous afternoon light, yeah, all the trees are just popping off for us. We're actually going to pick some green mangoes. I'll make a Thai salad or a Malaysian salad, or I don't know, something. But we're going to harvest some mangoes. Have you got, oh yeah, he's got a massive backpack, it'll be sweet. But obviously green mangoes are just unripe mangoes. However, if you pick it, babe, and then sniff the part where the stem was, is it sweet? Does it have a sweet?
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Don't, that's premium content. Cool, yeah, so I think these ones are perfect. Oh, I didn't finish that. And then if they have an alcoholic or a sour taste, then they're not ripe, or they're not good. Anyways. That's fun.
Not going.
This fruit is popping. Aren't there heaps of bats on this island? Like, how have they not hooked into these? Maybe they know. The green ones will give them the runs. Oh, that was close. Sometimes life really does give you these moments of serendipity and joy. Not only is that the mangoes for us right now, there's a beautiful man dancing to classical music over at the skate park, and this absolute tripper is making his way down the street.
I try my new heels. I think first time is not too bad, eh? How about yours first time?
This is the greatest thing. Did you design this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm alive.
you took that like a legend. Oh.
It had to happen once.
Oh, at least it's happened now and it's in good company.
Yeah, you trying to limit out here, because if both of us stood on beside you, you can just put your hands on our shoulders and you can stand up very easily.
Yeah,
You know? Like on you
But
go-
it's quite
you
high.
Hold there, yeah. Well, by the time we, all right, Bridget. One. Come back.
Can you
Oh.
hold me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hold me.
Get him onto the up on the road, maybe.
Yeah, because it's so hard walk uphill. Like on the, actually.
No, yeah,
You have no knees. That's the
No,
issue.
exactly. That's why
What about?
I have to go like forward, so I can stay just on the flat road, pretty much. Yeah, that was it. In a flat road.
Oh, my
Now for two.
friend, this is remarkable.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Then you record.
I love humans. Yeah. Yeah. Josh and I brought the tender over to the north-ish end of Magnetic Island, just to get away from the boat for a little bit and get away from Horseshoe Bay. A lot of people there, and there's no one here. But when Josh came here earlier to chat on FaceTime with a friend, he saw this beautiful coconut tree, and there's like 14 coconuts up there. They're all yellow though, so we've got it a little bit yet late. The green ones are the best because it's mostly water and no flesh, and then the yellow ones are kind of in that in-between area where they're like a little bit on the creamy side, and then once they turn past that stage, that's when you get all flesh and no juice. So yeah, the yellow ones are not the greatest, but there's two green ones at the back of this tree. You're getting so good at climbing the trees, babe. So proud of you. Considering you only learnt a couple months ago. He always gets so scratched up there as well. His tummy and his arms always get good pounding by the tree. That's why I'm holding off on learning, because I don't want to get scratched up. It's so sad too, because there's like 100 shells here, you know, old coconuts here. Completely wasted. Whoa! Something cool we learned too is that coconuts fruit all year round. She was probably getting a little bit what's that thing called? Oh yeah, she was probably getting cabin fever as well, the poor darling.
Yeah.
Sick of running around the boat.
Been long enough.
Yeah.
She hasn't done a lot of running on the boat.
Nah,
she feels
she hasn't.
So comfortable there now.
Yeah, well, she loves her log too. So almost there. I'll grab the straw.
Although the coconut is, it's actually fully, probably.
Flesh? By now, do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yum! I did hear water in them, in some of them though, when I picked them up.
Yeah, I heard a bit of water too.
That flesh looks so good. Oh, we should have brought a spoon.
We should have brought a spoon.
We'll just take it back to the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited to have coconut flesh again. I love the water, but it was so nice when we were munching on it.
Yeah.
Where were we when you brought home that coconut and was it Nuri? Port Nuri?
Yeah.
And we had all that coconut in the fridge and we would just munch on it throughout the day. It was
Passage.
so good. Yeah, on passages.
Vernon likes eating sugarcane on passage. He'll just get a big bit of, he'll just get a big bit of sugarcane and just eat it the whole time because he can just chew and chew and chew. But for us, I think our favourite would be coconut.
It's amazing to see how much effort goes into harvesting coconuts and opening them and retrieving the flesh and the juice out of them. Oh, there's so many mozzies around you.
Mozzies.
I'm putting my hoodie on. Oh!
Did I hit you in the eye?
No, I got sprayed with water.
Oh, really? Were you baptised by the...
Brothers and sisters, give me that coconut. It's beautiful. Little sour,
Is it?
but yeah. I wonder what the milk is like. Can I have some of that juice? I'm daring. It's spicy. It's so fizzy. Do you want to have a go?
It's beautiful though.
The flesh is amazing. Look how thick it is. Actually,
Not bad.
it wasn't that bad. I'll have another go. You have a taste?
Beautiful.
Like that took 15 minutes for Josh to open this one coconut, I think. And it gets faster every time.
No, but as they're older too, the husk gets a lot drier.
Yeah.
So they're much more fibrous and they're a lot harder to open.
The harder that you have to work for something, the more enjoyable and more rewarding it is. We actually brought our bird book and our binoculars on this little adventure too. And we got birds right there. They look like oyster shorebirds. No, they don't have the same beak. Shearwaters? Let's find out. Oh, tern. I won't forget that now. So, what kind of tern are they? Can you guys turn and face this way so we can see ya? Caspian terns. Oh, we didn't bring a pen, did we?
No.
We like to write in the book when we find them and where and when. Like this. Josh is just telling me about his time in swimming today, and he just told me a really funny story. It's her first saltwater experience, and I want to share it with you.
So Sonia doesn't like swimming as much as our last dearly beloved bearded dragon, Kiki.
Insert videos of Vicky swimming here.
Yes, definitely. I placed her into this saltwater pool. It was low tide, so it was completely still. And she sort of got straight out and went onto a rock. And then I just gave her a second. I picked her up again, and I just slowly was holding her in the water. And she was sitting there, laying there in the water, floating. And then I kind of just slowly took my hand away, but she could, the bottom of her claws could rest down onto the
Because her nails are so long at the moment.
onto the bottom of the rocks, and she could just sort of sit there and stay there, and she was really comfortable. She chilled there for about sort of 3 minutes, and then there was a rock in the rock pool that was an island rock, so completely surrounded by water. And she got up on there and got into the sun again and was sitting there for 4 minutes. And after a while, she noticed that in the bottom of the rock pool were all these tiny little crustaceans, like with the smallest shells you can find. They were all climbing on one another and having a hell of a time in there. It was so funny. But after a while, she saw the movement, and she was trying to eat all sorts of things, green ants and different things while we were here, but the water was completely still, like glass. So she went down and like got down onto the rock and just like struck down to try and eat it. Completely didn't realize that the water was there and got a mouthful of salt water. So she recoiled and sat on the rock and was just like doing really slow blink.
It stings, doesn't it, darling?
Trying to get the salt water out of her mouth, like going.
Poor thing.
But it's a great learning curve for her. Like, I wanted to protect her, but then I was also like,
She has to learn.
figure it out. At
Yeah,
some
you
point.
can't be like a helicopter parent. You just have to let her experience it on her own, because she'll, slowly, I guess, be able to determine what's salt water and what's air now.
Yeah, well, maybe, but it was even hard for me to see. Like, but it tricked her, that's for sure. Yeah, it was nice.